and welcome to another 486 video. I am Tim, this is the Geek Jabber channel, and we're delving into something that's a lot of people don't actually have to think about now: memory management, particularly memory management under DOS. And what you see on the screen here is an example of what we're talking about. So we've got conventional memory, upper memory, reserved memory, and extended memory. Now, this comes from the original IBM PC, which could only address 640K of RAM natively, and they've had to do a few things to basically get memory beyond 640K working properly. What we've got here, as you can see, is quite a lot of conventional memory that was actually used, and there were a lot of tricks you could actually use to actually free up as much conventional memory as possible, because that's how you got your applications working. So what we're going to be doing here, because this is a 486 machine and the 386s and above can actually make use of upper memory, we're going to be enabling that to try and move some of that used memory into upper memory and freeing up as much of that first 640K as possible. So first things first, we're going to be adding a line here. So this first himem.sys line, that's what gives us extended memory, and you needed at least a 286 for that. We're going to be adding a line here to enable the upper memory. And you can either use the stuff from Windows 3.1 or from DOS. I'm just using the stuff from Windows just for consistency, but for our purposes they're probably both the same. So it's this EMM386 line we're adding. So that gives us either expanded memory, which is a hangover from the XT days, or upper memory. That's kind of simplifying it a bit, but that's the complexities of probably another video. So basically what we're telling it here is load EMM386. We don't want expanded RAM, so that only gives us the upper memory, which is the memory between 640K and 1 megabyte, which on 386 and higher machines you can load drivers into. We also need to add that UMB, which tells DOS use the upper memory rather than just ignoring it. So we'll just save the config.sys. We'll give it a quick 3-fingered salute. If I get the right key combination, and I'm bumping my tripod. So we've got the annoying white box again. I've got no idea how to turn it off from this monitor, but we'll see in a moment. At least whether we've got an upper memory to actually use. And we've now got upper memory. Some of the drivers have already been smart enough to load themselves into it, but let's have a play and see if we can get that even higher, because 544 kilobytes of conventional memory, I think we can do better. And hopefully in a moment that white box disappears, but it's not getting in the way of what we're doing. So, it's like it's heard me. So these are the things that we're loading in config.sys. So this is just something for Windows to give 32-bit disk and file access, power management. This gives us color and stuff for bulletin boards, which is a topic we'll cover later, and we've got our CD-ROM driver. So all we need to do is load them high, is change that from device to device high, and that should cause it to load into the upper memory. That's those ones done. We also have to do our autoexec.bat. So we're basically going to be using the LH, which is short for load high. So we've got our disk caching, our DOS mouse driver. We saw this in an earlier episode where we were loading the CD-ROM extensions. So we want those loaded high as well. And DOS key, which is basically gives us better command recall under DOS. We'll load that high as well because we can. One more 3-fingered salute. And in a moment we'll see whether we can load all of that stuff high. So far it seems to be loading, so that's always a bonus. And we've got a lot of it actually high. So we're now up to 595. We give it a bit more detail to see. Okay, so it's not loading the mouse driver high yet. Have I messed something up there? No, that seems to be... This is where you have to get a little bit creative. The order of this sometimes matters. So let's try loading that a little bit earlier. Another 3-fingered salute. Like, we've already freed up a good 50 odd kilobytes, so I've gone from 545 to 595. Let's see if we can get this even higher. And again, that damn white bloody box. That's even better. So in this case, the order does matter. Now, the reason for this is that sometimes drivers take a little bit more memory on startup, and then once they've finished loading, they get rid of whatever they don't need. So in this case, this is probably what's happening with the mouse driver. It's taking up a bit more memory, can't actually fit into upper memory, so it still loads it low. So that's kind of why order matters. These basically need to load the larger drivers as early as possible to try and work around that. So that's looking a lot better. So DOS is only using 21 kilobytes of conventional memory. We've managed to get all of our DOS drivers loading into the high memory, and we've still got about 23 kilobytes left, so we could load a bit more into that if we needed to, but space is starting to get a little bit tight. But that's already considerably better. So that's probably about as much as you're ever going to get on DOS 6.22, which is what we're running here. You could probably do a few tweaks to get it up to about 620, but at this stage it's a lot of effort for little gain. So I've probably got it good enough for our purposes. So there you go. There's the lowdown on basically how to try and do memory management under DOS. So I'll stop rambling here and wrap this video up. So as always, if you want to support the channel, there's Discord links, there's the website down in the description. You know what to do with that subscribe button now and that notification bell. So if you want to do that, do it. I'm not going to force you, but I'll wrap this video up here. As always, thanks for watching. Is this camera going to